Hello, everyone. Hello. It is Wendy Irwin on Monday morning. I'm back. I've missed a couple of weeks in a row, and so I've missed you guys. I have a confession to make. I jumped into some old habits the other day. Hi, Donna. I know that some of you are familiar with what I would call people pleasing. And for me, I was an addict. I was a habitual addict for years and years and years until just a few years ago. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Lynn. And it doesn't come up very often, but I found out the more I'm stressed and the more things happen to me, like out of the blue, those old habits kick in. So let me hear about you guys if this sounds familiar. Last Wednesday, I was getting ready for a mastermind program that I was facilitating up at the co-working space, and I was kind of, quote unquote, responsible for facilitating a group of about 25 women. And as I'm heading out the door, I go in to get I go in to get my daughter up from bed, and she is just not having it. She had changed her medication, and she was really, really groggy. Hi, David. And I couldn't get her up. And sometimes, with medication, it was not happening. She was not going to school that day, and there was no way. I was like, I can't stay here. And I looked at my husband, and he's like, well, I've got stuff going on at work too. And I'm thinking, okay, how can I turn my entire day upside down in order to stay home with my daughter? And I'm thinking, okay, I have all these judgment and expectations on myself about I'm going to be letting down 25 women. I am not going to be able to show up at the last minute. What are they going to think of me? And then after that, I have a 12 o'clock interview with a new client. What is that going to happen? I have to cancel that appointment. So all these things and expectations and worries and dread was going in my head. And I was trying to rearrange my whole day so my husband could go to work. Now, mind you, my husband telecommutes a lot. He can work from home. It's not a big deal. But my knee-jerk reaction was, how can I make this better? Like, my ego was saying, how can I, by myself, fix this problem? And kind of in a panic, under stress, I realized that I had to ask myself, what did I need? What do I need? And I realized what I needed was for my husband to stay home and work from home. And then I had this judgment on myself where if he has to stay home again, we've had a lot of hiccups in the past few months of us having to tag team to stay home with the kids and that sort of thing. And, I literally was at that point in my morning where I might as just well quit all of this. All of the entrepreneur stuff, all of my own business, quit because it's never going to work. It's never going to work, right? And that's so stupid because it was like a blip in the day. But I don't think I'm the only one. Hi, Stephanie. I don't think I'm the only one that just wants to throw in the towel when it gets too hard. And I realized that, first of all, it's not that hard. But I had to sit back and say, okay, what in this situation do I need to happen? What needs do I have? And I realized I need my husband to stay home today. And that was a really hard call for me to make because, in the back of my head, it's like, well, my husband is the breadwinner. He's the one doing, making all the money. And this is just a sideline gig, blah, blah. And the bottom line is that is not the way I normally think. I'm a big picture person. Hi, David. Hi, Allison. And being the big picture person I am, I want to know what opportunities I have. And the bottom line is I can make a lot of money coaching if I can find the time to apply myself and find the time to get out and get clients. And part of that is leveraging my support system, which is my husband. And so I looked at him and I said, you know what? I need you to work from home today. What are you missing from work? What's going on? And he said, well, we're having a catered lunch. And I'm like, oh my God, seriously? He was making a big deal out of needing to go to work today or that day because they were having a catered lunch. Okay, let's go back a minute. I am panicked, ready to throw in the towel. I'm trying to figure out how I cannot let 30 to 40 people down. And he's concerned about going to a catered lunch. Now, I don't mean to villainize my husband, because that's not what this is about. What that's about is that's what privilege looks like in a way. He's used to being able to get his needs met. He's used to not even having to ask. And that assumption is just that his needs are going to be met because he's the quote unquote primary breadwinner. So I realized there's a lot of bullshit wrapped up in wanting to have this career and these expectations. And these expectations are that I have to come second. Actually, not even second. I have to come after my husband, after my family, after all the needs are met, after all the other people who are expecting things from me are met. And the bottom line is no wonder I was so stressed. No wonder all of those old habits got kicked back into play. So with one fell swoop, just sitting still and asking myself, what did I need at that moment? And what I needed at that moment was A, time to think. I needed B, someone to stay home and watch my daughter. And C, the answer was right in front of me. It was my husband. Now, he had no problem working from home that day. Yeah, so he might have missed a yummy lunch. He was fine with that. But I realized my knee-jerk reaction was to go straight into people-pleasing mode. Who is going to be hurt if I don't do this? Or I have to make everyone happy. Everybody has to come before me. And I was able to stop that in its tracks, thank goodness. But you know what? I'm wondering how many people out there go through that when they get thrown a curveball. Hi, Marshall. So when you get thrown a curveball that stresses you out, we go into those old habits. And my old habit is to take all of it on and to make sure everyone else is happy, excluding myself. So I would love to know if any of these things happen to you guys, but I'm telling you, that was a big wake-up call for me. That will not be happening again. Normally, I plan everything out the night before, but sometimes when things come up and emergencies happen, you just have to deal with them. But that's all I have to say. Get out from underneath those expectations, people, so you can ask yourself what you need in the situation, and then look for the opportunity to have support. And that way you don't have to be a victim to yourself. I hope you guys have a great week. I am looking forward to this week. It's busy, and I hope you guys check out my website. I've got a bunch of events coming up. It's wendyirwin.com/events. Small Business Festival's coming up, and International Coach Week is coming up the first week in May. So check it out. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.